Look at the stock market right now, and everything seems fine. But underneath, trillions of dollars in passive index funds are pouring in on autopilot. This capital concentrates risk onto a handful of major technology companies. This chart shows the scale of that concentration. In June 2026, U.S. sector exchange-traded funds pulled in $17 billion. 78% of that total flowed exclusively into the technology sector. Because passive funds buy mechanically based on market cap, this constant bid creates an artificial floor. It temporarily insulates large-cap tech companies from broader economic shocks, keeping indices elevated regardless of fundamentals. Within the industry, there is growing anxiety. Major tech firms are committing hundreds of billions to AI infrastructure, but recent data shows a chasm between hardware spending and actual software performance, while regulatory headwinds are increasing. When this programmatic bid withdraws, whether through a shift in sentiment or an earnings miss, average passive investors are left holding the weight of the correction. Meanwhile, central banks are actively raising interest rates to combat inflation. In June 2026, the ECB hiked rates to 2.25%, citing inflationary pressures from Middle Eastern conflicts. To understand where this ends, we have to look from the outside in. Major financial distress typically surfaces at the economic or geographic edges first, where debt is highest and resources are most constrained. Japan is currently the primary point of fragility, with a debt-to-GDP ratio over 250% and a total reliance on imported energy and food. Their economy is uniquely exposed to global currency fluctuations. The Japanese yen has fallen to its weakest level since 1986. The Bank of Japan is losing control of its currency value, forcing them to choose between hyperinflation of imported goods or raising interest rates that they cannot afford to service. This pressure is moving inward to the core. In the U.S., the 2-year Treasury yield has climbed 74 basis points this year to 4.21%, as the Federal Reserve removed its easing bias. We are seeing a widespread adjustment in asset valuations as the cost of capital stays elevated. Overlaying tech ETF inflows against the 4.21% 2-year Treasury yield reveals severe risk. An earnings miss sparks an algorithmic ETF sell-off. This cascades into tech hub real estate devaluation, triggering commercial loan defaults at community banks, turning a tech correction into a local banking crisis. Allocating capital to a generic S&P 500 hybrid fund today creates an active exposure to a sector priced for absolute perfection. This creates a dilemma. Staying fully invested risks exposure to a sector-driven crash, but moving entirely to the sidelines means losing purchasing power to inflation. Institutional allocators utilize a barbell strategy to solve this. You establish a heavy, low-risk yield anchor on one side and pair it with highly tactical, asymmetric upside on the other. Note that this is an objective analysis of macroeconomic trends and structural risks. This information is for educational purposes and does not constitute personalized financial advice. Any shift in strategy must be aligned with your specific risk tolerance and the guidance of your professional advisors. Managing risk in this environment requires active downside protection rather than the passive defaults of the previous decade. The defensive anchor of the barbell focuses on zero or ultra-short duration assets. This includes government money market funds or 3-month Treasury bills. These instruments currently provide a nominal yield near 3.8% with minimal principal risk. By staying at the front of the curve, you avoid the price volatility that occurs in long-term bonds when interest rates fluctuate. This specific allocation also ensures immediate liquidity. If a broader market correction occurs, you have the cash available to deploy into quality assets when valuations are suppressed. The trade-off is specific. These yields will drop if the Federal Reserve begins to cut rates, and the real return, after accounting for inflation, remains low. In this environment, cash provides the defensive ballast necessary to stabilize a portfolio, while preserving the ability to act during periods of volatility. The offensive side of the barbell seeks targeted exposure to oversold sectors. One specific area of interest is the South Korean hardware industry, which has seen dramatic reversals this year. While buying shares directly on the Korea exchange requires an international brokerage account, U.S.-listed ETFs like EWI or FLKR provide a liquid way to access this market without currency conversion hurdles. These ETFs offer exposure to essential hardware manufacturers like Samsung and SK Hynix. These companies dominate the global supply of high-bandwidth memory, which is critical for AI infrastructure. Cautionary: this allocation carries significant risk. The Kospi Index recently triggered 6 circuit breakers in a single year, and foreign institutional investors have withdrawn approximately $100 billion from local markets since January 2026. This is a purely cyclical, tactical play. Success depends on tracking HBM demand and manufacturer guidance, taking profits during upswings rather than relying on a long-term passive holding. The final offensive component is physical silver. Silver provides a hedge against the debasement of fiat currencies, while also tracking rising industrial demand for electronics, batteries, and renewable energy applications. The trade-offs for physical silver are rigid. It generates zero yield, incurs storage and insurance costs, and the market is more volatile than gold, demanding a high patience from the investor. This quadrant chart visualizes how these pieces interact. Your money market funds provide high defense and liquidity. Your Korean ETFs and physical silver sit in the high upside quadrant, balancing the portfolio against systemic currency and sector risks. Adopting the barbell strategy positions you to survive a correction in over-concentrated passive indices. By securing your defense and targeting tactical upside, you are able to navigate the repricing of the global economy.